Oh no, there's an update. I reckon the cat was a bit like alley oop. I reckon the cat was a bit like alley oop. All right. Let's make sure all that audio is good. Good. Set that dB back up a bit because you've already got the volume turned down in game. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Come on, finish updating. It's taking so fucking long. It's breaking my game, isn't it? Don't do this to me. We've got the right to use it. I got, we're gonna use it. Do, 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 do. Patching. Yes, I can see that you're patching, but how long is it going to take you to patch? I love it when you see something that says 60 megabytes and it says that it's going to take 16 minutes. It's installed on an SSD. You go, damn it. Oh my god, the time went up. I suppose it is using the disk. It must just be a very slow patch. Bit like an old slow rub of the what? Yeah, I've been reading I don't want to load my Chrome history at the moment. I've been reading this XYKD or XKCD or whatever it is. I've been reading the hentai that he's got on his site. It's all yoi. Da 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 da. Oh, come on. Felt like Leighton Hewitt. Nom 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 babies. This is a very exciting stream. Watching the Steam time remaining bar. I could do that, you know. I could just like stream 24/7. I could even stream at work. That'd be even funnier. It'd be like the time remaining 12-hour bar. This must be a big fucking patch. For a 66 meg patch. Do 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 do. This is installed on a fucking SSD and it's taking this long. What's my data usage like? It's okay. It's downloading at it's downloading at a fairly good gallop. The patch is a lot bigger than 66 meg, that's for sure. It must be downloading from crappy foreign servers because it's bouncing between like 150 kilobytes and 6 megabytes per second. what we can do in the meantime. We can figure out something to do in the meantime. Sector 7. Oh my god! Okay. How did I forget about this? Oh, I do have to cough a bit today. This is definitely feeling a bit dodged too. Clean my table. It's not a bad upgrade to have. One of them just got proficient in attacking people. Sadly, I haven't found any scrap yet, which means that I'm kind of fucking screwed. Oh my god. Worst fucking luck ever. And I've got to go through the exit point. You might go there, there, there. Okay, combat. Do I only have a burst laser? Oh. Yeah, boarding dress. Lovely. No wonder I quit. I need a new weapon. Lucky how you can get healing as he's passing through it. I've never exploited that before. Oh my god, they got 4 shields and so many weapons. I think I know why I didn't continue with this one now, because I think I know that I would have died. Hey Alex, how are you going? I was just getting ready to get into some Mechwarrior, but alas, a patch hits. Hey, I got an achievement! It's been a while since I got one of those. Alright, let's save that and have a look. Oh my god, it's still updating. Oh, it doesn't tell me what achievement I got. I swear I have some of those already. Right, come on, Mechwarrior. Whatever this update is, it must be big because it said that it was only patching 66.25 meg, but it's probably downloaded a couple of gig so far. Oh, I didn't know that putting mechs in cold storage got rid of the upgrades. I just realized I might have to re-upgrade all my mechs. Okay, so all of these posts are just a couple of hours ago. Update will patch in 1 year. It might be hard drive space, actually. I don't think I would have much hard drive space on that one. No, I don't. Steam common. Yeah, now downloading Wikipedia. Might be able to copy that one out, give it a bit of hard drive space. Whoa, where did that hard drive space go? The other day one of these drives had like 40 gig. Ah, that looks like a page file almost. Yeah, master of patience, yeah, I saw that. I'm just trying to figure out where the hard drive space is actually gone, because I did have a lot more yesterday. And I didn't actually install anything. One of my drives is playing up. Now there's enough on this one, so I'll put it in there. Steam library. Boop. I was kind of hoping it'd be finished patching. I apologize for the boringness. Been pretty coffee today for some reason. Yeah, that should be fun. Hopefully you won't have to exploit like too many things to get the different abilities that we're probably going to have from like the newer characters and stuff. Because I know that Dampier can be pretty exploity, but I'll try not to take too much advantage of it. Black Gold, Texas Tea. Hey Lab, how are you going? I'm just sitting here waiting for Mercenaries to patch. It seems like it might be one of those randomly weird ones. Only downloading 67 megabytes, but it seems that the actual patch is God, what is it? It's been downloading very slowly. So I'm going at about a megabyte per second if by looking at my firewall, like up to 4 megabytes per second, which is nowhere near my actual download speed, so this could take a while. I don't know how big the patch is. I'm hoping it's just because I didn't have enough hard drive space when I tried to patch it. So I've started moving some things over to a different folder. I suppose I could Google it. How big is the, I'll just hide all the responses there. How big is the 104 patch? Yeah. Oh, M24. What? Oh, it's a 45 gig patch. Oh, you need like 45 gig free? What? Okay, well that explains it. So I definitely got to free up some space. It is on drive H. Wraithwood. Oh yeah, yeah. New models are always a cool thing. I have to delete one of my games actually. Da, da, da. It's like, what can I delete without revealing too much about the contents of my hard drive? I haven't played Metro in fucking forever, I doubt I'm going to. Dawn of War 2 I can just re-download. I deleted some ridiculous icons on my desktop. Now my games folder only looks like that. Okay, gets us some more space. AVP. Advanced Warfare might take up a bit, that's like 55 gig. 43 gig, Battlefleet Gothic. Yeah. I hate deleting games. It's like every time I do this, I know that it's going to take some of the life off my hard drive. $109 gig. Oh god. Okay, it's finished patching. Hurrah! Yeah. I have been known to use hard drive hard disk space explorer sometimes to delete stuff because I got so much shit on them. Mech time. Allow me to get this my second drink for the day, and I do actually absolutely need it today. I was actually really sick last week. That's why I didn't get much streaming in. I took Monday off, and I even took Saturday off, which is weird because I can use the money. So I've recovered a little bit now, but I'm still a little bit sick. I got my immune system's playing up. Like, so at the moment my arm is sore as hell. A nice big sort of contusion under my arm about here. Sorry, buddy, I wasn't expecting you to be ready so soon. Okay. I find it curious that, like, it's a... Oh, thank you. I'm pretty sure I was eating some bad seafood. It's curious that in Mechwarrior they've got, like, what looks like 5.56 ammunition on this table. Yeah. I actually feel like that sometimes, because, like, I do actually have a pretty bad health condition. I get, my, immune system attacks hair follicles. So, like, basically, anywhere where I have hair, although thank fuck not on my thighs or anywhere in that area anymore, though it used to, I get like massive big, like tennis ball sized lumps. And it's basically like bacteria attacking the hair follicle. So what happens is it takes about it takes years, and then the hair follicles basically stop growing, and then I no longer get like hurt by it as much anymore. But on a pain scale, it's about an 8 out of 10. But because I've had it for so long, it's like I'm so used to it that it's kind of like Nurgle. Because it's like the pain makes you stronger. Like revel in the pain, or whatever. But yeah, it gets exacerbated by stress, anything involving beer. I can't drink much beer. And also, fuck, where did I put it? Bear with me. The quicker I have my cigarette, the faster I can get into the game. And actually start doing some shit. Yeah, I find I chain smoke way too much when I'm in game. So if I get it out of my system now, I have a feeling that I won't be smoking as much. If I can find where the fuck I put it. Chips, check. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, there's some of that. Oh. I'll just use that tobacco. Have to use it eventually anyway. So unclean and likely. Yeah. But yeah, like, I'm not kidding about how painful it is. It's like, and lots of scarring too. Oh my god. Ugh. When it was at its absolute worst, like, I'd have like a massive boil or something underneath my arm, and it'd pop while I was actually working. And like it'd be like blood and pus like running down my arm. It would fucking stain the clothes that I was wearing. That's how bad it was. And I'd be doing labouring and stuff out in like sweaty, you know, 35, 40 like Celsius days. Ah, there it is. Yes, no. No, just blind. No, that's not it. No, I'll find it later. We're just gonna find a ladder and we're set. Aha, I found it. Found my tobacco. Lego. I need like a full gene seed retransplant. That's what I need. It's being corrupted. I need to be dipped in the Daemon Kalaba. So we're not doing the Irby anymore. I've gotten sick of it. I will eventually do like a full Irby run. But we're back to using my actual max now. Which are sick. Oh, I did drop all the upgrades. Damn. When I put them in cold storage, I didn't realize it got rid of all the upgrades. So I've actually been playing without any. What's that volume like? Is that okay? I can't really tell because it's I'm running through my speakers instead of my computer for a change. Nah. I like lasers. Lots and lots of lasers. Though I'm thinking it's almost tempting to replace the Canon lasers with medium lasers because this thing generates heats really fast. A lot of heat. I've only got like 5 heat sinks on it, so that probably doesn't help. But it doesn't dissipate much heat either, so I do have to find a better mech at some stage. It's kind of capped with how much damage it does. Okay, that's awesome. Because I'm running my speakers, like my headset, through my actual speakers, so I can't hear one for one what it's like. And when I adjust the actual volume of the game, it doesn't adjust the volume of the game for you. Alright. I'm actually tempted to drop a cam laser. Because it's great having that firepower, but the amount of heat it generates, you need a lot of heat sinks. I feel like it's going to run a lot better with more heats. Okay. I've got to acquire more double heat sinks. Is the moral of that story? I love when there's a question mark on it. very far away too. Holy shit. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting there. Try that one. Oh, and extremely good news. I figured out how to run a lot of games on using DX12 and also like DLSS and RTX. This is one of the games that it works in. It still doesn't work in a lot of the bigger games, but it works in this one. So I got that like set on maximum, but I'll turn it down a little bit because it's still a little bit slow. It's not as fast as it could be. Is it just me, or did they strip DLSS out of this? Because there used to be an option for that. At least I thought there was. Okay, take that one. Okay, I can't make it to that one either. What do they play in their spare time? Oh, so I did jump all the way here. What am I doing all the way in here? Jeez. Okay, it's not far away. It's the system I know. Settlers of Catan. Lol, yeah. Ooh, some good salvage out of this too.
The mission area is under heavy weather warning. It's going to affect visibility and sensors.
Much more higher difficulty mission. So this is like a difficulty 60. What do you reckon we get wrecked?
Looks like mobile units on radar.
It'd be interesting to see how this runs without DLSS.
Where Shenzheng's Sun and several other POWs are being
Looks
held.
pretty good. Although you can't really tell until you start moving your mouse. Gamer fuel, lol.
Kill them by destroying key strategic targets. Once they're down, we'll be able to provide a scan to determine if Shenzheng is here, and if he is, extract him.
Oh, the FPS is definitely a lot nicer. It's still got that washed out grey look though. The FPS is definitely a lot better though. That patch did some seriously good things. I should have got some repair insurance.
Hey now, I'm not your enemy.
Oops. Yeah, they're gonna bail out soon, probably.
Target destroyed.
That was quick. This is actually a lot like a million times smoother. Mostly it's the fact that you don't need to worry about ammo. Also the instantaneous effect on target. So you don't need to lead. And I'm a pretty twitch gamer, so like when it comes to weaponry, something that hits straight away is worth a lot just by itself. So we're going to creep through this map now. We've all taken a bit of damage. Undoubtedly there's going to be some heavy indexes stuff. Difficulty 60. We've already been chewed up a bit. We got dropped right on an objective, so that doesn't help. There we go. The AI is pretty good too. Flank left.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the
Haven't had to worry about heat. Just gotta be careful about torso tracking. You can track with your mouse, but tracking with your torso makes you miss a lot.
Hell yeah!
There are PPCs. They do not, like, they have flight time. There's all different sorts of lasers that you can use. Like, I'm just using stock weapons for the moment because I've been playing around with Urban Max. And I've jumped straight into the harder content, which is fun.
Package acquired.
So PVCs are particle projection cannons.
Target neutralized. Additional forces are being deployed near you.
Chem lasers use ammo. That's one of the fun parts about it. For that, they generate less heat, so I can basically keep on firing at these guys. But here we go, this is going to be tricky. Hunchback, gonna kill that before it gets in range. I'll try and stay up here so that I don't shoot my teammates.
Commander target received.
Yeah, unfortunately there's not much melee in this game. I kinda lament that, because there's a lot of mechs that like Atlas and stuff that have fists. You can't use them. Die, Hunchback, die! Okay, one of our mechs is down.
That battle mech is marked for destruction.
Target Spider.
Commander.
Spider's gonna flank us.
Moving in behind you, Commander.
I'm taking shitloads of damage. Here he comes. Of course he targets me. Haha.
Battlenet kill for me.
Yep. Okay.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
One more objective. Should have taken that insurance, but hopefully we get some good salvage. We've taken out some decent mechs. Ah, they got nothing on Australian spiders. What the fuck? Just wondering what it's doing over there, like hanging out. Pardon more.
Contact. Enemy vehicles on the move. Falling in behind you.
Yeah, if a manticore or something pops up at the wrong moment here, we're in a lot of trouble.
Enemy destroyed.
I'm loving the FPS of this new patch. They've done something. I don't know what they've done. But considering I'm not running DLSS. Do you remember the what is it, the rave gun from the rave gun, what's it, in Turok 2 or GoldenEye or Perfect Dark or something? I can't remember which one it is.
Coordinating on target's ID.
Oh, rave guns in Battlezone. Battlezone. Really old school PC game. Yeah, Saints Row had a version of it, but that was after the original. The original was in Battlezone. True story. Yeah, like the dubstep gun. It's basically exactly the same thing. While you hold down the trigger, it's like whoop 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 whoop.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, let's take out those guys and get the fuck out of here because we're pretty damn damaged. Noise Marines, yeah. I'm an old school Noise Marine. If you knew how much fucking like music I play, like on internet chats and shit, I'm not even kidding. Like I used to basically DJ non-stop every day on chat,
Target acquired.
and also like playing World of Warcraft. Like when we're raiding, like I'd be playing songs in like Discord and all that. Music is a huge part of my identity. Oh, urban mech. Oh fuck, it's an urban mech! We're fucked! Take out its gun! Yes, got it. I've got another urban mech RL now.
Objective down.
Okay, we're out of here. Go, go, go!
Moving to your 6, Commander.
Not smoking yet, at least. But my HUD's flickering a little bit. Sonic weapons. Well, you can convert sound into heat. So, like, I'd make them work like long-range flamers, or like area of effect flamers. Like vibrate components apart and stuff.
The base is vulnerable, but damn it, it looks like everything's been abandoned a while ago. No sign of Shenzhen or
Yeah, I've looked after these guys pretty good. Unfortunately, one of my guys, well, actually a gal, got absolutely smashed. That's going to be expensive, but let's see what sort of salvage we get out of it. That's a hero variant of the Jenna. So there's a bit of money right there. I think it's a hero variant anyway. Oh, okay, so like talking about how their weapon actually works. Yeah, so like if you use it like that, unfortunately, it'd be something that could heavily damage your own teammates. Yeah. So it's like when you're using sound waves, it's more of like a pulse in a direction. Like, you've got like such a thing as directional sound. So, like, what you're basically doing is you're vibrating the air at a frequency in between you and the target, and the air molecules will vibrate. That generates heat and also generates sound. So, like, most sound weapons are used as deterrents, as a non-lethal weaponry. To make it lethal, you basically just need to up the decibels. Sound weapons absolutely can be incredibly lethal, but not particularly good for like a friendly fire environment. Okay, so that's that one done. We got ourselves our Jetta. Put that straight in cold storage, strip weapons off it. Boop. I'm sad I didn't get another R60L. Oh, that was our Centurion that got wiped. Okay, I gotta get some new mechs. At some stage. If the Centurions aren't hacking it anymore, then yeah. Jump out to somewhere where we can sort of cheaply repair this hero mechs over here. What do you want to bet? It's like a hero urban mech or something. Please. I'll jump back into the campaign and do like difficulty level 60 missions with an urban mech. Oh, booze. Oh, it's a dervish. Okay. Trebuchet. Oh. That could actually be pretty cool. If only it wasn't a jump jet mech. But that said, you'd be able to melt all these weapons with heaps of heat sinks. And the SRM4s, oh, they're small size, aren't they? SRM4s are smalls, I think. Let's have a look. SRM4. Yeah, smalls. That'd be totally worth it. But it can rock like 2 large size missile systems, which is still pretty damn cool. But not worth it ultimately in this situation. So what we'll do is we'll sell that Jenna. Jump over to the next point. start repairing while we're on the move. Definitely a good decision to drop that one large laser on the Black Knight because that's all it needed to be a beast. The SRM6s is still basically the best DPS weapon in the game. So we're going to need some SRM, heatsink, another heatsink. No. That's basically how it was, I guess. 46 days. Ouch. I tried using PPCs with this mech, like the sort of weapon that you were talking about before. Jaeger. To Jaeger. You actually raise a very good point. Okay, so take like the new stealth bomber that the Americans are making, or like a B2 or something like that. Something with that sort of wingspan. Cut off the wings that big. So like, you know, maybe about 14 meters tall. Like, no, maybe not that big. Maybe about 11, between like 10 and 15 meters. I reckon is like the perfect sort of size. So a normal prawn suit would be about 3 meters. So about maybe 3 to 4 times bigger than a prawn suit. Oh, there we go, Victor. Now, Victors are, or were, a very good mech to use back in Mechwarrior 4. Unfortunately, these things are poisoned by their jump jets. So it can take a small missile system, 2 medium lasers, and a large. And what it loses in weaponry, it gains in firepower, and it's still relatively fast. But yeah, nah. Can't do it. Not good enough. These mechs. Like Hunchback, Shadowhawk. Is that what you mean? Oh, the rare mech there too. Oh, the Victor. Yeah. I'm pretty sure at some stage I've used a Victor. Jägermech. Now we're talking. Rifleman, even fucking better. Riflemen are actually surprisingly good mechs. Their heat capacity is substantial for the weapons that they pack, and for their tonnage. They're actually pretty damn good. Unfortunately, I can't afford one just yet, but let's see how far away that world is. We can travel there. Do that one. 62 days travel. "62 days." Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the mechs in this game, that's kind of accurate, but it isn't accurate at all to start. Basically, a scout mech is about that big. An assault mech is about 3 or 4 times bigger than that. These are like medium mechs. Like, if you actually tried to fit an Atlas in here, it would be like halfway through the roof. At least. Yeah, this is where it would have paid to actually find all my stuff before, but I found it! Found it! Okay, so we are now here. We have a 2-mission operation. I think I might take this one, actually. Oh, look at all those 36 salvage on a mission that's only 28 difficulty. We're good. We're good. We're good. We might actually make some money from this one. What is it? And it's also a what type of mission is it? Assassination and raid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Atlases also have fists, which is one thing that they have never modeled accurately in any Mechwarrior game that they should, because like the original BattleTech, I'm absolutely certain that it models melee combat. Like you can hit stuff. I've seen it. It's like when Kitty is talking to the Emperor about the tower. They don't use melee combat. And he's like, Kitty low-key, like one of the best characters ever. Imagine like playing, like someone has, like you've got Leonines, so people can roleplay as like a lion, but like in terms of like furry characters, nah, there's not many. Like what if you wanted to play like a Russian blue, or like a like a fluffy white house cat, like a fluffy white werecat, even better. I'm waiting for the heresy. Heresy! Avenge me, brother! Avenge me! And starts like freaking out. I have a negotiation points left. Okay. We're not taking repairs. At least I didn't lose a pilot this one. Launch exceeds drop tonnage. I guess we all know what that means. Sorry, Pain, but you've got to use a urban mech. Oh, I can't. I can't even delay it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to drop one mech from the mission. I'll drop the Centurion. We got everything. Well, actually, no, Blackjack's only 45, 45, isn't it? So we can give them the Centurion. Give them the Hunchback. Hunchback. Okay. They still need training, they don't really. Lieutenant Payne.
Intel is spotty on this one. Our best estimates put the target at any one of the marked locations on the map.
I would have totally used an urban mech there, but I couldn't actually pull it out of cold storage in time. So, have you ever read any books by... Yeah, you do, yeah. Have you ever read any books by Raymond E. Feist? I just put the author name into chat. He actually took like a D&D campaign that'd been running for years. Like it wasn't using D&D, it was using like a competitor rule set, like basically the same stuff as D&D, but still had magic and everything like that. He renamed a whole bunch of races and characters and worlds, and basically he took a campaign that him and a couple of friends were playing, like 4 and 5 friends, and wrote over 25 goddamn books based on the world that they created. It is one of the most fleshed out worlds ever made. If you haven't read any of the books, I recommend that you pick up a book called Magician and find the writer's cut. Not the editor's cut, the writer's cut. It is like 600, 700 pages of fucking awesome. It is really, really, really good. And after you read the first 6 or 7 books or so, it starts getting really, like, you get different plot lines and everything. It's all action. It's like really good action. It's like Brandon Sanderson, really. Except for like better than Brandon Sanderson, because this guy was always written like that. And it's one of the best examples of like a D&D campaign that I've seen taken, and like someone has actually used it to make like a book, and it's visceral. It's extreme. There's no holds barred. It's like I can't ruin it. It's literally my favorite book series. And when it comes to D&D and stuff, like when you look at it, when you read it, you got to remember that this is a world that they were actually like creating on the fly, like using like established rules and stuff. But it's an extremely good example of like the most epic D&D campaign ever, because like this thing lasted for like over 20 years. Like multiple generations. I should have said the author's cut.
You'll have to get eyes on the
Words
target
can't do it
before we
justice.
can
It's
identify them.
absolutely fantastic.
Someone wants this one dead, and we're happy to oblige.
Okay, let's go wreck some face. We're gonna skirt around here.
Tango spotted.
I'm not seeing our targets at this location. Make
Yep,
way to the
there's a
next
cat.
point. We might have oil up there.
Acquired.
Alright, Salvatore, yeah, he's a great author. Yeah, I think he did the was it R.A. Salvatore? He did the Dris to Erden, like the I think so, like all the drow and everything. If it's the same author that I'm thinking of, he did do a pretty good job of describing the underworld. He couldn't do shit once it got up, like upstairs though, that's the only thing. Oh, sorry, tick, I need my lap. Come on, I'm piloting a mech. There, cat in the pilot seat. Yeah, drow, yeah. I read all those books when I was like 20 or like 18 or so. So that's like a good 10, 15 years ago. What I really loved though was sorry Tick, I need my lap. Sorry. The little guy doesn't realize it actually hurts my back. Yeah, so also like Tracy Hickman and Weiss? Janet Weiss or something? I can't remember her name. But some of the best books were like around Soth and everything like that. And it was like a direct homage, I think, to Elric of Melniboné. There's this one book that I've been looking for ages that I can't remember the actual I can't remember the name of it, I can't remember the title of it. It had like a Death Knight who was exactly the same as Elric, except for he was more like Gareth from the Coldfire trilogy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you, yeah. It's not as good as like Tolkien or whatever. It's that's why I veered away from it a bit. But like there are a lot of good books that like people have written, and to find them is hard because they're not as famous. Another perfectly good example is say Sarah Douglas, an Australian author, who did the Battle Axe trilogy and such. One of my favorite series of all time. Like, imagine basing a D&D campaign on that. Oh my god. Anyway, I'll quickly wipe out these guys because this isn't going to take long.
Tango down.
But I'm the sort of person, like, when it comes to like critical role and stuff, like, I'm like the... what was the part where Mercer fucking what was it? Thinking. At the end of the first season of Critical Role, when basically he's like, I would like to know what it's like to choke someone to death. You know, like, and he's just like got that full fucking evil look. Oh my god. Like, he portrayed an evil character so well for that. He really got into that.
Target destroyed.
Routing behind you, Commander.
Ooh, we got a spider.
Detecting targeted
Not for long.
in the area.
Hello, Tigger. Get wrecked. He's just cold. Ugh. Get fucked. Fucking Wolverines. Good shot.
Enemy destroyed.
I was writing a sci-fi novel a couple of 10 years ago.
Target signed. All units, weapons free.
Target acquired.
Oh, there's the target. Trebuchet.
Unable. Waiting for valid target.
Target acquired.
This never gets old.
Okay, so based on your chosen language, I'm assuming you've never finished the literature. For which specific series or literature? Do you mean the D&D sort of literature?
Now let's pack it in before their friends arrive.
Target destroyed.
Okay, where are we? Whew.
Target acquired.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I wrote about 250 pages. I got up to about 350 pages. I trimmed it down to about 150 pages, and then I wrote more to get it back up to about 250. So I had about 250 pages done. And I found that one of the biggest problems is that I was very anal with detail. So whenever I wanted to change something, because like I was like, Epiphany, this would be so much better, I'd have to go through and change half the fucking book and rewrite it. So I had to do that like maybe about 3 or 4 times, I think. And yeah, like like I got most of it done. It was actually a lot of inspiration taken from Warhammer 40k, and this was over 10 years ago. And it was a lot like basically, to put it like think real mecha, so not like mecha, or like there's no mecha, basically just fucking spaceships and shit. And the like a sort of a leapfrog advance in technology discovered, say on Mars, all that sort of shit, and led to like sort of like an expansion through a local area of the universe, like not like a very large one, like just like 15 planets or so. And the technology used to move between different like areas was all legit. Like it was all basically based on like alchebiometrics and like space-time folding, all that sort of shit. And certain areas, like for instance using like wormholes. But it also took a hell of a lot from Warhammer 40k in terms of like the Tyranids, because like aliens are alien, right? And it's like, so like an outpost encounters an alien race that just basically comes in and like the ships, rather than like opening fire or saying hello or whatever, the ships just like cruise up and like just go whoop, like eat other ships and like start like like ripping them apart and like consuming them for resources, and like they invade a planet and like Tyranids on the ground basically just like killing everything that moves basically and consuming it for biomass. And then like a couple of weeks later, like the planet being dead, like no signals or anything like that, and that like being like humanity's first, well second encounter with like an extraterrestrial civilization. And like it was really fucking good, because the ships and stuff that I designed, they were like Warhammer 40k, like they were like full blown like Warhammer 40k. Well, not like snakes do, kind of like that, but kind of not. It's like more like a fleet that sends little ships in front of it to like just like pre-digest everything, and then like, so like say if like you're flying like a fighter plane or something like that, like the enemy ships that like are coming up against you are more like you'd be shooting at them and like they'd be wounded and all that sort of stuff, but then they come up and like literally like start like ripping into your thing and like devouring the plane and like the pilot and like all sorts of nasty stuff. But like what was more important was what came afterwards, because that could like literally just go so like this particular planet like had like a couple of space stations in orbit of it that were basically just like eggs, if you want to think of it like snakes. Yeah, so quite similar. and it was so good because I come up with like schematics and maps for ships and stuff, and like how they might actually function, and like think of it like a ship, like a 10-kilometer long ship, as like being more like a city unto itself. So like, you know, you've got your bars and you've got your like your armories and all that sort of shit. And so like people operating the weapons in the side of the ship, or the ship's weapons in general, are like basically in vacuum suits, like operating a weapon that's shooting out of the side of a ship, and basically in a cavern that's in the side of a ship, you know, sort of stuff, rather than being like a built-in weapon system. It's like it's literally just a weapons emplacement sort of shit. So that's how it was like Warhammer 40k. But this is before I was exposed to Warhammer 40k. Fucking hell. Like, the only game I'd played was probably Fire Warrior. Yeah. Like, imagine, say for instance, right, your job is to man a missile emplacement in the side of a ship, and it's like inside of the ship, like with maybe like a force field or something keeping up space and like maintaining an atmosphere or something. And like, imagine if there's a weapons malfunction and like one of those torpedoes or whatever just explodes before it even leaves the tube. It's like, you know, you'd have like 200 people or whatever who are responsible for, like, you know, directing the weapon system, like the people who aim it, the people who fire it, the people who feed it ammunition, you know, the people who like clean up, like everyone basically. And like, you know, 200 people just get turned into a like crisp charcoal just because of a one torpedo going boom before it leaves the tube. You know, that sort of stuff. I'll be right back. Yeah, or acid spit. Yeah, I think if I remember right, because if I remember right, it was exposed to vacuum, so it was like a heavily shielded part of the ship. But like the way that they built their ships was that the ship itself was incredibly heavily shielded, but as a virtue of necessity, its weapon systems weren't. So like they'd be like open to vacuum and everything. And like, you can imagine like a nuclear explosion going off. Like, it wouldn't do much to the ship, but it would do a hell of a lot to the people who were manning the weapon that just went boom. And like, the way you get around the ship and everything, like, because you'd have like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 different decks. And like, you'd have all sorts of like training centers, you'd have like housing, you'd have like barracks, you'd have like communication centers, you'd have like command and control and communication centers, CC3. Like your information sort of warfare and all that sort of shit. And like, this was like humans that have developed for that sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden there's an enemy that like literally doesn't use any of it, it's all biological. So it's like, oh yeah, what's ECM? There's no such thing as a countermeasure against something that's coming up to your ship that's about to start chewing into it. There's like one particularly good scene of like a fighter plane that like just got hit with some acid, and like an enemy fucking fighter had just like lined it up and went and it's like covered in an acid and they're just going. And then, like the pilot is just like sitting there dissolving away, screaming while their ship is getting dissolved around them. Yeah, me hungry. That's it. And I like actually had a lot more influence from like StarCraft. So like the weapons that like foot soldiers used and stuff, they were more like canister launchers and stuff, like rather than like traditional rifles. So like you're shooting basically a canister cluster munition. Also heavily inspired by Starship Troopers. So like Warhammer 40k, Starship Troopers, and StarCraft.
Hostile spotted. Engaging.
Our assigned mech target is on the field. Let's take it down.
Target destroyed.
Oh, we got next.
Target locus. Target acquired.
Took one down.
Yeah, so like in this case, it wasn't like a hive mind; it was just like literally like an organism. So like it was like nothing controlling it. Like just basically, it was just like a race that just moved from star to star, just fucking consuming everything.
Tango eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Get wrecked.
Target acquired.
Kind of. But like there was also like all sorts of things about like how they detected like basically things. So it was like this was only in the first book. I was planning like 4 or 5 books. And like at one stage I had hundreds and hundreds of pages. I had plans. Like I had a book that was like 100 pages of just plans for the books. Like just basically I wrote a synopsis. So I did the synopsis and then I wrote the book for the synopsis. Yeah, kind of like Armians, yeah. Two mechs out of that. Because at the time I was like learning about writing and everything like that, and like I wanted to plan everything out and like everything that happened in the first book had like an impact in like the third, fourth book. So like part of the rewriting and everything was whenever I changed a detail or I wanted to do something different, I'd have to change this, I'd have to change that, I'd have to change this. And it was all like one massive big fucking space opera. It was fantastic. It's really fucking good. The only reason why I stopped writing it was because I had it stored on a Linux laptop and I forgot the fucking passwords. So I actually lost it all. I could still rewrite it, but it wouldn't be the same. But I'd probably write it better now, to be honest, if I put the time into it.
This is a surgical strike, Commander. Our client wants us to take out a number of structures within this vicinity. Scout the points marked on
It's a
your
great
map
exercise in
and
imagination
identify
though,
the
because
specific
like,
buildings our client
at the
wants
time I
destroyed
didn't know how to
and
write a
take them
book.
out.
And like it was written more from like a it was like written from like a mixed first and third person perspective.
Enemy destroyed.
And, like learning how to write between different perspectives was like eye-opening. Because like multiple characters and all that, but of course you got like a main character, like a protagonist. But like being able to switch between the protagonist and characters who are basically just going to get launched. That's the fun part. And I love dark books. Like, I can't stand reading something that's just all happy, happy, happy. There's got to be doom and gloom.
Bogey ahead.
Target destroyed.
Tango down.
Target acquired. New target
Assault mate.
target acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Weapon system down. I am of no more use here. Ejecting.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target
Rifleman.
neutralized.
I'd love salvaging that.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, so like the way it like it was written was like basically like there were like hive ships and stuff. Like not so much like a hive mind or whatever. But there were like organisms that were like attached to it and like they'd land or board enemy ships as required basically. So like you're talking like basically gene stealers with like extra hard like claws that can like climb on top of a tank and like start punching holes in it. Yeah.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
But not so much like assimilating enemy like weaponry and stuff like the Tyranids do. So it was nothing like that. It was more like it was more like flays, really. Like
Contact. Battle mech.
yeah.
Enemy units are in range. Fire on all available targets.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Whew, concentration. Yeah, so it was like yeah, like free range custodians. Like
New target.
you know, like humans would be using human tactics and like using tanks and planes and all that sort of stuff. But they'd have their own countermeasures for it that like were just built for it. And because like say like a human would be like, okay, we're gonna hold a defensive line, and then like the enemy would just like start landing troops right behind you. It's like, what's the point of a defensive line? There's no point. So like it was like just like testing like how things,
Acquired.
like how humans approach warfare, and like an alien species that just doesn't do anything that you expect. Like, there's no point in like taking out the enemy like soldiers and stuff if your objective is just to take out everything on the planet. Like the first thing you go for is like the civilian population. Meanwhile, while the human defenders are just sitting there like, why weren't these guys faces in open combat? It's because they have no conception of open combat. It's basically just nom nom nom. And for like a human race that's like only encountered like one other alien species, and out that only encountered like a couple of individuals, like from a nearly completely gone, like faded into history alien species. Yeah. It's like, do they have honor? No, they don't even know what honor means. And so like the first book was basically just like everyone getting completely fucking annihilated. The second book was gonna like move on from that, like the fight back. And the third book would have been like the, you know, like the sort of thing. But yeah. And they explored all sorts of stuff like artificial intelligence and shit and nanotechnology. Like, so like everything the humans were using was based on basically nanotech. And they were still getting nommed.
Enemy destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Took one down.
Target the unit. Engaging mercenary mechs.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Blackjack's gotta go.
Engaging Lance focus.
Yeah, it sucks, man. You gotta be able to play as the bugs. That's why StarCraft was so good back in the day. It, along with a game called Dark Earth, if you haven't ever heard of it, were like one of the first games where you could like legit like destroy humanity as like an alien species.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Target acquired.
Threat eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Dark Colony, sorry. Dark Colony. That's what it's called. It's like Martians versus humans. It's great.
Target destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to play as the humans? Seriously.
Hostile transport ship coming in. All target buildings have been
Like
destroyed.
anti-hero games, like
Getting your evac
what's
now.
that new one? That some dude made. It was called Carrion, where you get to basically play like an eldritch, flesh-eating monster. Like that's the sort of shit that people like playing. Like I don't like playing it as well. I suppose it's not entirely true because like in World of Warcraft, a lot of people like playing Alliance, but there's a lot of people who like playing Horde as well. You know, like I play an undead fucking mage in fucking WoW. I don't play fucking Alliance.
Contact, Whirly Bird.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target neutralized.
New target broadcast.
This never gets old.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
That they are.
Pack it up, Commander, before more enemies arrive.
I think that's one reason why like say games like Prototype did so well. It's because it's like you're not playing like a human, like with weapons and stuff. Like you're playing like you're playing like a Resident Evil mutated fucking zombie that can like just like reach out and go. Oh my god, I got so many mechs. Rifleman. That was worth it. Money. Lots and lots of money. Yeah, so we'll get rid of take the weapons off the trebuchet. Spider. That rifleman. I'm gonna keep that rifleman. And get rid of this Phoenix Hawk as well. So completed that mission. I'm just gonna probably jump here. So we can get some repairs done. ER lasers. They've got clan lasers. God, look at that range. Oh. If it wasn't for that heat generation. They're selling LBX 10. Solid slugs as well. Narcs, PPCs. Tags. Yeah, well, see, like that's another thing, because like as you evolve and stuff, like say if you've got like a race that just like lives to consume, or whatever, like a sort of like classic Tyranid, or like aliens from Dark Colony, or anything like that. It's like the more they encounter humans, like the more humanoid traits that they might have, and they might start thinking. And it's like when they start like taking the DNA or whatever from humans, it's like then aliens turn around and go, "Why am I here?" Oh yeah, it is, but it's also kind of unnecessary, because like you don't often get in this situation where you use that type of range. I could certainly use it, but not yet. Like not until we're at higher tonnages, and I've got like mechs that can handle the heat from it, unfortunately, because it just generates so much heat. The Rifleman's probably one of the first mechs that can use that. Even the Black Knight can't really. Like if I equip the Black Knight with that, they'd be able to run 2 of them, and like that's it, no other weapons. I think the Rifleman has slightly better heat sinks. No, actually it doesn't. Yeah, becoming humane. Man, it's something I'd totally do. Give this guy just a plain AC-20. And a laser. It's actually kind of funny after looking at the mechs for so long. Max armor, it's already maxed armor. Have you ever seen V? The TV series V? I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about the old one. It was so good. It was like aliens turn up over Earth and offer us all this advanced technology. And like, people could like join and become like, sort of like scouts for them. Like, basically become like, not like scouts as like military scouts, but like scouts. So like, brownies and all that sort of stuff. And they're like, yeah, and they're kind of like taking all these people and like putting them into like vacuum tube bags, and they're actually carnivores and they really like the taste of human flesh. Or you've got like how not How to Serve Man. There's another one. Was it? So like the aliens rock up at Earth, and they're like, "Okay, we're not happy with the way that you guys are acting. You have to change yourself right now, or we're going to destroy your whole civilization. We're going to exterminate your entire race." So all the leaders of the world, they gather around, and they finally form world peace, and like sit there and like big kumbaya, like finally every country's at peace with each other. And then the alien arrives up again and goes, "This isn't what we want. Humans were a race of warriors that we bred specifically for war." And then basically exterminates the entire human race because they weren't killing each. Like, yeah. Aliens are alien. Okay, so considering that if I ever have to use this mech, it's gonna be because I'm piloting it. I'm gonna give it some jump shots. Now that rifleman. Oh. I'm surprised it's not max armored, actually. Okay. So weird to come out of a job with nearly more money. Yeah, so like the aliens in Prey 2 just simply don't have the ability. It's like a Morning Light Mountain from the I can't remember the series, but basically it's like a jellyfish that like the only member of its race that's sentient is like a leader class, and it exterminates all of the other sentient leader classes in the race. So like basically it runs the entire society. So it controls the solar system and mines everything in it, like down to the last molecule. And humans turn around and they see this big barrier around the solar system that it's in, and they go, oh yeah, fuck, we're gonna play around here, and oh shit, the shields went down. Then it escapes and starts like spreading, and it starts colonizing other systems and attacking human worlds. Aliens are alien. Like they don't have like, you can't expect aliens to have the same motivations. But what you can expect is that like aliens will have similar motivations. So at least any that manage to develop like high levels of technology, like you'd think that they would. But we don't know. Like how would you know? Like no one knows. It's the thing. It could be that all alien races that develop are entirely pacifist because it took them 10 million years longer to develop the ability to leave their star system or whatever. And so they're not as conflictive. Whereas humans are expansion, like driven by expansion. And like it could be that like aliens will be like, holy shit, there's no one who can fight wars. Look at those humans over there, they're fighting wars. Still snatch up that laser well too. I'd kick myself if I didn't. Rifleman refit. Let's give it some guns. Let's see what sorts of guns we can give it. 2 medium ballistic slots. Could it take 2 AC-10 slugs? It probably could. It could take 2 LBX. Oh my god! Yes. Yes, yes. Two large slots, we'll give it 2 large chem lasers. Sadly I don't have many, do I? Maybe 2 PPCs. And we're already massively overtimed. This is one of those mechs where you can actually get away with giving it a mixed loadout, I think. So we'll go with yeah, 2 LBX AC-10s. And we'll go with 2 medium lasers. And that's everything that it can carry. How about if we gave it that, but we also gave it the size of that? It's like 11 ton. That's a huge weapon system. We have smaller ones. Maybe medium rifles. Yeah, like 2 medium rifles. Then we gave it 2 large lasers. This thing would be like a long-range beast. A couple of heat sinks. Needs a medium rifle in there. Check the market. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I reckon give them maybe burst fire. AC2s. Give them AC2s. Already overheat. But they need AC ammo, so that's like do have AC ammo, do I? Where the fuck is all my ammo gone? Fuck it, back. Equipment. Yeah, figure out a way to arm this thing. Yeah. Sounds like a similar race would be like the puppeteers or whatever from like Larry Niven. And another example race would be one from John Ringo's books, which is an incredibly predatory race that switches to they got genetically modified by precursors because they were so warlike that a precursor race turned around and genetically modified them to die immediately if they ever got aggressive. I don't know. Maybe we'll take that mech and we'll give them, even though they got medium ballistics. Oh man, that'd be such a waste. Now we'll give them machine guns. So 2 machine guns. 2 PPCs. And 2 small lasers. That's kind of balanced. And a machine gun in there. Lots of heat sinks. And maybe switch out no, I think that's actually a really good build. And like a machine gun half on there. A PPC rifleman. So as you were saying before about like you got small pulse lasers as well. Oof. But not yet. Well, we've got to kind of got to equip now, so. So we've got one industrial espionage mission. How far away is that? We can travel there now. Well, that's one of the tropes, isn't it? I mean, like, you've got the capacity to basically make humans that, you know, like humans are basically worse than your worst nightmares, and the rest of the galaxy just doesn't expect it. Difficulty 45, definitely need repairs on this one. I'm not going to go for salvage, going to go for Seabreeze. No. What type of mission is it? Dust Storm, and it will be a raid. There you go, so we'll go repairs. Repairs and salvage.
The nasty weather means your visibility will be limited out there and have adverse effects on your sensors.
So we're just gonna wait for that rifleman to repair, but in the meantime, let's do some damage. Humans as orcs.
Rashbert Owens have received a tip-off that the new Certis shipyards have been earning a little extra profit by smuggling illicit goods in their freshly...
One of the best book series I've ever read is the Coldfire trilogy by fuck, I'm reading her books right now, I should remember her name. C.S. Friedman? Female author, actually, if I remember right. And it's basically about humans who colonize a world using spaceflight and everything. And they land on the world so good they start establishing their colony and everything. And it takes a generation or two, but they figure out that basically the beliefs of the people who colonized it can actually affect like what happens on the world, sort of thing. So like all their nightmares and all their aggression, all their hate and like all that sort of stuff, all their fear starts generating all these demons and everything, like chaos, kind of like Warhammer 40k. Really, really fucking good book series. This one that I'm telling you about, Coldfire trilogy, and basically humans end up being worse because like they go to a world that's basically pristine. And like the only things that live there are like kind of like really happy creatures, but as soon as they introduce all their mental fear and everything like that, like people can't even go outside after dark because like they'll get eaten by demons and all that sort of stuff. And like whatever people believe is made real, like made manifest, a couple of generations later there's basically no technology at all. It's really good. Hey, I found a letter.
Manufactured Mammoth-class ships. The ships are right off the factory line and aren't subjected to search when crossing territory borders. It's quite clever, actually. Either way, Rashbert Owens stands to gain quite a lot by us putting an end to the scheme. Up ahead is a facility that contains parts for the Mammoth ship maintenance. Destroying the new Certis
Mammoths?
stocks
God, I haven't heard of them in a
for
long time.
quite some time.
Yeah. I'm just remembering Mammoth dropships from the old, like, days of BattleTech. This map's pretty small, actually. We're gonna burn through this one real quick.
Enemy destroyed.
New target.
Burn that target down.
Hey, critical! Haven't heard that in a while.
New target. Phoenix Hawk.
Oh my god, I actually have a...
Filing on you, Commander.
System offline. Target acquired.
Mobilizing electronics. I have to eject.
Target destroyed. Critical.
Threat eliminated.
Target destroyed. Critical. System offline.
Target down.
What I could use is if I select weapon groups, put chain fire and enable that. I haven't even been haven't even been using my small laser, so I'm gonna go like it from this.
Target acquired.
Took one down.
Reduces my like damage potential, but it reduces the heat a bit better.
Target acquired.
Target down.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Stomp. Got too close.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, we can turn it off now. Hey, it's good.
New target Hunchback.
Alpha straight.
Target destroyed.
Stomp.
Tango down.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
Target acquired.
Affirmative, Commander. On the move.
It must be hotter on this planet.
If you find the acquisition, just walk up to it in order to pick it up. Scratch that target off the list.
Target acquired.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operations. Excellent find, Commander. Beginning recovery now. Tango eliminated.
Target acquired.
Oh, here they come. Can I overheat again? Jenna first.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
It's gonna go boom.
Tango down.
Yeah, there we go.
Target acquired.
Enemy destroyed.
Destroyed.
Time to prepare.
Target destroyed.
Acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Critical. Critical.
Enemy transport touching down.
Maybe the next incoming.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Where's that transport? I have no idea, but we've got 1,000 meters to run.
On you, Commander.
Contact. Enemy vehicle.
Whew, Blackjack nearly copped it. He's yeah, he's pretty fun.
Alright, the warehouses are destroyed, and the parts this will no doubt please our employers, but the murky me has to admire the new searches for coming up with this smuggling plan. Oh well, another job well done. Cargo acquired.
Ugh, sneezes. Short burst laser for immediate. Okay. And I can harvest a mech. Quick draw. And I got a Vindicator. Yeah, so I got like 2 mechs out of that one. Sweet. Still not the sort of mech that I run though, so strip it of its weapons, we're gonna sell it. And the rifleman is ready to go. And we'll jump out, get some repairs done. Feeling the need to switch over to a different game now. I mean, I've been playing this for a little bit, there's a little bit of progression there. I might start streaming a different game. I love how this like mech has like a disproportionate amount of weapons. Like it's great to be able to equip so many medium lasers and also heat sinks. Like it's insane. Like look how many you mount so many fucking heat sinks on this thing. Like this thing never overheats. Now imagine if there was a mech game where you could actually pilot a Gargant. Or like an actual Stompy. Or like a Killer Can or something. You know what I haven't played in ages? Shadow of War. I think I need to learn how to play it again. Let's see if it's actually still on the same drive. Probably isn't. Where do I have it installed? Oh, it's on H. Sweet. Alright, so I'll kill the stream now and then jump back into it. I'll be a little bit in updating the details. Bear